Yes, it's time to talk. We must have that talk. But in colored families, there are different types of talks. Yes, there is that talk that every colored father must have with his son, especially if the son lives in the United States of America. Yeah. That type of talk we talk about: dress well, say yes sir, yes ma'am at all times. You tell your own child, live in your own country, to keep his hands on the steering and not to make sudden moves. Yes, that kind of talk. But this time around, there's another level of talk. We have to talk one-on-one, you and I. The one for the car, the one for the police brutality and segregation and discrimination. That will come later. This time, our talk is about how your policies, yes, the first world nations policies created the issues that plague us today. Yes, you're afraid of me, not because of me, but because of your heart. Because of your fear of what you've done. You're scared that if you give colored people a chance, they will do exactly because you know what you've done to colored people. Yes, but you know what? Let me just cut down to look. See, it all started with the first world nations. They've contributed largely to challenges in Africa today. You know, I will go back to a little bit to say at the Berlin Conference in 1884. Yes, at the Berlin Conference, where the first world nations literally just shared Africa amongst themselves without an input from an African representative. Yes, 1884, take a look at that. Yes, Africa was shared selfishly amongst themselves. I see that was not atrocious enough. Look at what Belgium did. Yes, look at what Belgium did in the Congos in Africa. Mass massacre, atrocities. And what did the first world nation say about that? Nothing. Look at what Germany did. Yes, look at what Germany did in Namibia. That was the first genocide. Oh yeah, take a look at it. And what did the first world nation do? Nothing. But you know what? The same first world nation banded together and made Germany pay. They are still paying the Jews for what they did to them. How many Jews did they kill? Yes, as bad as it is. But how many Africans did the Germans kill in Namibia? How many Africans did the Belgium amputate? Look at British museums. Look at parasitic France. Look at France. What has France, please? Look at German museums. Please look at Africa's treasures. This is what people pay for. Yet you give Africa loan and you expect Africa to pay you for this. How sad. And the whole world looks at it and turn around and point at Africa. Today everybody pointing at Ethiopia. Ethiopia richer. How did we descend to this? We have to call a spade and know where the rain started between us. Look at France, please. What a shameless parasite on Africa. The kinds of money Africa is pumping. Oh, and I don't blame you because you collude with corrupt African despots who call themselves leaders. Yes, they call themselves leaders and empty Africa's national treasuries. Yes, that's the kind of talk I want us to talk today. And then we expand it a little, and then later on we'll come home to the family. But first, watch this. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do so. Click that button there. Yes, click it so that each time we produce a video, it comes straight to you. Yes. And we're going Patreon soon. Please, we are begging you, help us out when we go Patreon so that we'll produce value content messages that will come straight to you. And if we have about 77 quality videos like this that we want you to check out in our website. Yes, diasporaforum.net. Check it out. Yes. But first, like I always say, let's hear what our ancestors have to say about this. Take a look at that. Oh yes. The proverb of the day says, the one who chose the stone forgets, but the one who is hit remembers forever. Yes, that's what our ancestors have to say about this. The Germans, the Israelis, that's Belgium, France, UK, they've emptied Africa. You threw the stones. You tried everything to keep it under history. Look at it. Even in the United States, each time you talk about colored history, everybody starts from 16. Really? What happened to the century before that? What happened to Africa's history before that? No, there's none. What happened to the people living in the United States before Europeans arrived? Oh, they have no history. Until you started writing history. And that's why we say, until the lion learns to write, we only read stories from the hunter's perspective. Did you know? Take a look at that now. All right, we're going to Tennessee today. Yes. And our person of focus today is Mary Fields, the stagecoach lady. Yes, Mary Fields was the first African-American lady to work for the United States Postal System as a star route mail carrier. Yes. Why is this important, you might ask? Well, would-be mail thieves didn't stand a chance against the stagecoach Mary. Yes, legend has it that the hard-drinking, quick-shooting mail carrier spotted 2 guns. Yes, she had 2 guns with her and men's clothing and a bad attitude. She stood out on the trail and became a Wild West legend. Bandits feared her and left her alone. No one messed with her. Oh yeah, a legend indeed. Did you know? Did you know? This is what critical race theory is about. Yes, America's history. We want to know about people like Mary Fields. Take a look at her. Okay, like I said before, now is after what happened at the Berlin Conference. Now is neo-colonization. Yes, championed by China. Championed by China. Look at what China is doing all over Africa. Look at what China is doing all over Africa. But like I always say, a pharaoh that does not know Moses will rise one day and say no to all this connivance going on in Africa. All these heads of states, they know they will die. They know the people don't like them. They're grooming their children in Switzerland, in UK, in Ireland, the United States, in Canada, so that when their parents die, they will take over. Like what is happening in North Korea. No. A day will come, a pharaoh who does not know Joseph will rise and say no to the nonsense, the shenanigans that the Chinese are doing. Look at the way they treat colored people in China. Look at the way they treat colored people in China. All because African leaders, yes, African leaders collude with them to siphon funds from Africa. When they go to offshore nations to hide their money. Like I always do, I always like to point at Pandora Papers. Yes, we should look at it and we'll see how they're hiding their money. Yes, neo-colonization, that's the word today. That is how France, that is how China, that is how USA, that is how UK, all of them go through. They hoist fraudulent leaders, people that do not represent Africans. And then they bring foreign security to really hold them, keep them to power while they milk Africa to death. And then, as if that is not enough, after slavery, look at what they do in the United States. Look at the criminal justice system. They destroy the schools. They withhold funds from schools. Make sure they keep people in ghettos, yes, so that they eat themselves like crabs. Look at the police brutality. Look at the redlining. You try as hard as you are. No, the system still keeps you back. And then they tell me you're scared. What are you scared about? Because of the evil people propagate against others with the law, with the help of the law. Police brutality, failed educational system. And at the end of the day, people tell me, oh, I didn't do it. But you inherited it. The house you live in, you inherited it from a flawed system. All our sons, all our fathers are in jail because of your system. It's not right. That is the talk we have to talk. So when you say people are mad, when you are angry, when you are afraid of me, that is the reason you're afraid of me. Search your conscience. Yes, what do you think? Yes, that's our talk for the day. I'll let you hear from you. Look at that. Our shout out for the day. Again, our shout out for the day, we're going to New Jersey. The person of Isaac Wright. Yes. Isaac Wright Jr. is referred to as Giant Slayer. Yes. He's an American attorney, consultant, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. Oh yeah. Why him? Check this out. He was falsely accused, framed, convicted as a drug lord and sentenced to life in prison. Oh yeah, in 1991 in the United States. After a 5-week trial by a 12-person jury of 10 charges involving the sale of cocaine. While incarcerated, he worked as a paralegal while in prison and helped to overturn the wrongful convictions of 20 of his fellow inmates before finally proving his own innocence. Oh yeah. After his release from prison, he graduated from College of Thomas Edison State University in Trenton, New Jersey, and went to law school and passed the bar in 2008. His case helped bring down the corrupt prosecutor that framed him, as well as cops and judges who enabled it. Oh yes, the ABC legal drama series For Life is a fictionalized legal and family drama inspired by Wright's life. What a life. Yes, what a life. Once again, thank you. Here's our shout out for the day. Isaac Wright Jr. Thank you so much. If you look up, like I always say, you see my information. Please call me, talk to me. I want us to discuss. I believe in us as a people. We will do well despite what the system is doing, because the truth, like oil, is coming to the surface finally. Remain blessed. My Gary is mine.